Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and shalom to the sincere elect, teaching the truth and faith and sincerity through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. I quickly just want to speak about Russia's hypersonic weapons, man. And basically, essentially speaking, these uh, are weapons that Putin spoke about in March, right? That Russia have now, and basically, as you should know, NATO itself has expanded, man. You know, NATO and the EU, man. You know, they're essentially encamped around the country of Russia, man. Right, and basically what did, they've done is surrounded it with the anti missile systems, man. Right, but what Russia has basically now done is created hypersonic weapons, man, that are so fast, right? So fast and so high that it essentially can't be stopped by those things that they've got surrounding their own country, man. They've basically created weapons that are unstoppable, right? And whilst the states plan to test out their inventions in 2019, Russia already have a few of them in service. So that's how you really know that this war that's about to come is gonna be a bloody war, and it's gonna result in America being destroyed, man. Which really is just Esau fighting against Esau, man. You know, this is Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and that red represents Esau, right? Or the Edomites, which Edom means red, right? And that horse is them being in a state of power, and power is given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. That's right, because Esau, as a people, are a people of destruction, right? And they only bring forth death, destruction, because that's in the spirit, and that they should kill one another. And a great example that was a World War One, man. You know, it's just Esau fighting against Esau, man. You know, and there was given unto him a great sword. And if you go to Genesis 27, man, you know, you actually know that Esau got blessed with that a sword, right? And a sword is a killing instrument, right? A sword can be used as a killing instrument, right? And you know, if you observe the starting off with the Gatlin, all up until now with the ICBMs, Esau has perfected the art of creating weapons, man. Right now, the main weapon that the Lord put in the spirit to make is what we call intercontinental ballistic missiles, man, which will play a part in the destruction of America. This is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in a fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. And that smith is what? Them German scientists, in which the Lord put the Spirit upon them by giving them the understanding to perfect their sword that the people of Esau was blessed with, man. Because I believe the first thermonuclear device was tested by the States in 1952, and in 1953, Russia Russia tested the exact same thing. And of course, you obviously got the atomic bomb that got used in Japan, man. You know, after that so-called event at Pearl Harbor. You know, but all of them accounts was what the people of children of Esau doing what they've got to do according to prophecy, right? Now, if you go into this article that came out a month ago, which because I was trying to find inspiration for a video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Look, man, when you read this article, man, you know, of course, this war, you know, will be fought throughout this whole earth, right? But the main heavyweights of this war is Russia and America, and through the scriptures, we understand that America, right, will be destroyed by Russia and all the allies of America and all those that possess nuclear might. At a point in this war, we'll just shoot them all on the United States of America. But if you read this article, it truly gives you an understanding of what time period we're in. It says, Russia surpassed rivals with precise hypersonic weapons and will deploy more within months. Right? It says, new avant-garde hypersonic glider warheads are just months away from entering military service. Russian President Vladimir Putin said, adding that Russia is the first in the world to develop the breakthrough technology, because they are fucking Edomites too. A hypersonic glider is a type of projectile that can fly and maneuver in the upper atmosphere at speeds over Mach 5. This makes them harder to intercept than regular warheads, which approach the target over a predictable ballistic trajectory. Russia's variant of the system is called Avangard and will be ready for military service in a few months, according to Putin, which Putin said that in March. Responding to the development of anti-ballistic missile systems by the US, we are improving our strike capabilities. Yeah, because you know what? Since you want to encamp and encircle around us, we're just going to create weapons that are too fast and can't be stopped. I believe they've got a ICBM basically called the Sartem or something like that, and it's like I believe that they said that it's practically unstoppable in terms of distance. It can travel as far as it wants. Some are already in service. See, others will be deployed soon. So, America and that, you know, are afraid essentially. And Putin is actually going to explain why. He said during a Valdai Club session in Sochi, the avant-garde deployment will happen within several months, said Putin said. Right? Flying at hypersonic speeds poses a number of challenges in material sciences and engineering due to the high temperature and pressure affecting the vehicle. Russia has applied its technologies to develop a hypersonic cruise missile called the Kinzhal, which is bad, already in use with the military. It is presumed to be a countermeasure aircraft to aircraft carrier strike groups, the backbone of the United States. So, by them creating these weapons, shows you that it's the direct act of aggression and a direct act for preparing war, because it conveniently counters the capabilities of the United States. And it says, um, and it says, uh, Putin said Russia is ahead of other nations in terms of hypersonic weapons. We know for certain it's an obvious fact, and our colleagues realize it, that we surpassed all our competitors in this area. Nobody has precise hypersonic weapons. Some plan to test theirs in 18-24 months. We have them in service already. Oh man, you know, and it even, really. No, actually, I'm gonna go ahead. Avangard and Kingsar were two of several advanced weapon systems presented by Putin in March as Russia's response to US failure to address concerns that Washington's deployment of ABM technologies undermined Russia's nuclear deterrence. Another was a Sarmat ICBM, which is close to being deployed and is intended to act as the first carrier of avant-garde warheads, right? Although other futuristic weapon systems, which Putin said are in development, include a nuclear-powered cruise missile and a nuclear-powered underwater drone, both based on a miniaturized nuclear reactor. The Russian president also said that a combat laser is being worked on, although what role it meant to fulfill is yet to be clarified. Now, before I go and basically show clips of the weapons that have been spoken about, I'll read Isaiah chapter 13, because Isaiah chapter 13 and 17 speaks about the Medes, right? And in the scriptures, right, the Medes spoken about in prophecy, in terms of a future prophecy, in that time period of the Medes is referred to as Russia, right? The Medes represent them in prophecy, in future prophecy, right? So this is Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold they shall not delight in it. You know what, yeah? Let me start from verse 3. I'm gonna go to verse 3. No, verse 4. Let's skip to 17. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Right now, I believe if you go into the word mustereth, I believe it's like gather or to scare, to stir up, paquat, right? It says to attend, to number, to appoint, to pay attention to attend, to appoint, right? So yeah, to call up, right? Exactly. So basically, he's calling this to take place. They come from a far. It says they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. And that's talking about what? Them ICBMs from Russia and other parts of the earth with love. Because it says to destroy the whole land. And that whole land is America, man. That whole land that is gonna be cut off, yeah, is America, blood. And that's what's gonna happen. Right? Because it says, and the Lord and even the Lord and the weapons of his indignations. That's why it says, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, because he is stirring up in their spirits to make these weapons happen. And guess what? It has. It really, really has. Right? Now, if you skip to verse 17, it speaks about the Medes, and this is talking about Russia. Behold, I'll stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows, right? And that this bows is talking about the ICBMs, and I'll prove it later. And their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, that I shall not spare children. Because when they shot them ICBM them, yeah, look, the ICBMs ain't got a age restriction. Like, you know how if you go and watch certain films, you know, if you're like 18, you obviously can't. No, if you're under the age of 18, there's certain films which you can't watch. Well, guess what? These ICBMs ain't got no age restriction, man. And Babylon, right, the great, which is America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, if you go into Genesis chapter 19 and 21 on down, it says that the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah with fire out of heaven. So the scripture is saying that Babylon the Great will be destroyed with fire out of heaven as Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, if you're saying that is in Iraq, well, that means it's a lie. Ancient Babylon was in Iraq, but guess what? It's still there today. This is a future prophecy to happen to the new Babylon. It says, well, yeah, here's the proof. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their forehead. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and the houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Right? And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in the desolate houses, and the dragons in the present palaces. And her time is near to come, and the day shall no longer be prolonged. Her is that great city which ruleth over the kings of the earth, as it says in Revelation, which is America. Now, if you go to this clip, right, it actually describes the characteristics. You've got the Burvest, Avantgarde, King's Isle, which are the two that are spoken in the article Persevet Sarmat, which this came out in March, but hey, is good to.
So capable of carrying missiles re-enter the atmosphere. Kinjal MiG-31 can launch hypersonic missiles that can travel at more than 10 times the speed of sound. Thanks to that and their unpredictable trajectory, they are unstoppable. It's an unrivaled weapon. The US doesn't plan to test its hypersonic weapon until 2019.
So here's it, yeah. Russia already have theirs in service, right? And these guys don't plan to test theirs to test it. To test it. It doesn't mean it's going to work. They don't even plan to test it to 2019.
The avant-garde hypersonic vehicle can fly at up to 20 times the speed of sound. An ICBM will take it to an altitude of several dozen kilometers, from where it can dive headfirst back to Earth at top speed with aircraft-like maneuverability, dodge any missile defenses. In contrast, when other existing ballistic missiles re-enter the atmosphere, they fly at a preset trajectory, making them easy targets for AES systems. Sarmat might seem like an ordinary ICBM, but its range is much longer. The legendary TOL-M missiles can only take the shortest route through the ABM systems. Sarmat can travel via the North or the South Pole, where there's no missile shield, and it will still hit its target. But most importantly, Sarmat is a heavy missile capable of carrying more than 20 warheads. That's 5 times more than previous generation missiles. The Budovestnik nuclear-powered cruise missile is a unique weapon. It's basically the same as an American Tomahawk. Whereas the Tomahawk's range is limited to 2,500 kilometers because of fuel constraints, Russia's new missile can fly indefinitely. It can take...
Indefinitely, meaning guess what? They have the nuclear capability to reach America and take any route they want to get there, thus making it unstoppable.
Any path to avoid missile defenses.
Any path
is limited to 2,500 kilometers because of fuel constraints. Russia's new missile can fly indefinitely. It can take any path to avoid missile defenses. Just like Poseidon underwater drones. Similar to the regular drones we're used to, except these are submarine launched and travel at incredible speeds towards their targets under the sea. They run so deep that no equipment can track them. Even if detected, their high speed prevents them from being intercepted.
Guess what? It means if they're shot too, they can't be stopped. Because you can't stop them because they're going too fast, and you can't detect them because it's so deep. This war is going to be fantastic. Do you know why? Because the Lord has an occasion against all these other nations that spoiled us, right? And they're going to be sent to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in that area of the Middle East, and it can't be stopped. You know, it can never be stopped. This is 2nd Ezra 16. Yeah. So look, man. You know, and this right here is prophecy, man. 2nd Ezra 16, yeah. It says, this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Because guess what? He created the smith. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they get to be shot in the ends of the world. Now, I don't care how many... I don't care if you're Ronnie Coleman shooting a fucking arrow. You can't shoot an arrow from here to Spain, man. That ain't happening. So, guess what? Back in the ancient world, when prophets saw certain things in visions, they used the best vocabulary that they had at that time to describe what they saw. But prophet ain't gonna go, yeah, ICBMs go and destroy the United States of America. No, you fool. They're gonna use the words that they had to describe what they saw. So these arrows that are going to be shot from the ends of the world is talking about what? The missiles, man. We have that, man. Can't you see? Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So that's, and the main plague is going to be these missiles, man. When they shot, they can't just return. You know, I'm tired. So let me turn around and go home. No, that ain't happening, mate. The fire is kindled from the ICBMs and shall not be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth. Because guess what? I think they say they got ICBMs that are as hot as the surface of the sun, right? Which you know we have hey, I mean I don't know what the exact temperature is of the surface of the sun, but guess what? All I do know it gonna be hot enough to consume the whole of the United States, man. Because it's Babylon the Great. And thus brings us to Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And we're approaching a time where this is all gonna happen. This is gonna come to pass, and it can't be stopped, man. So with that, I'm gonna say all praise be to Yahweh Shai, double honors, apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.